Hi there everyone, here Powerl, here with another vlog. So today, just been a day where quite a few unlucky things have happened to me. So earlier today I actually tweeted about this, like when I got out of bed, I literally jumped out of bed, but because my legs were still sore from the gym last night, I ended up just collapsing on the floor because my legs couldn't handle jumping like that. So that was a thing that happened. And earlier today, half an hour ago, I guess, I was over at the bank because I was doing some errands and whatnot. So I stopped by the bank to just deposit some extra cash that I had. Ended up breaking the ATM. Don't know how I did that, but I did that. So, yeah, broke the ATM. It won't be fixed until whenever, so that was a thing that happened. So in order to make myself feel better, I stopped by Barnes & Noble because I was going to go get a Keyforge deck. There's no more. I think Matt bought a majority of them and they just haven't restocked because he has 6 Keyforge decks. I have 2. I think Jamie has 3. Actually, I think Matt has 8. So yeah, to make up for that, I just ended up just going to the Starbucks inside Barnes & Noble and got myself some sweets. Ended up getting myself a cinnamon roll and this drink. It's like a double chocolate chip cream frappuccino thing. It's actually a drink that I used to get here a lot because quite a few years ago, I would actually show up at this Barnes & Noble at least twice a week just to get that. And I did that. I kept that up for a year or something. And I was actually considered a regular there, and the people that worked there at the time knew who I was and knew what I would get. So that was a thing, but yeah, now I've limited doing that. This is actually the first time I've gone into that Starbucks to get something in a while. Just because doing that multiple times a week, that adds up. But yeah, I'm actually gonna go home now. The Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I ordered, not counting Cyberse Quantum Dragon, they all arrived. So I think they all arrived. But I'm gonna need to check up on that. But I'm probably just gonna be doing some deck building, and then I'll show that off after, I guess. So back to my place. Okay, so right now I'm back home. I've just been using most of my time just doing some deck building, just because, like I said before, those Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I arrived, they came in. So I figured I might as well modify my Cyberse deck, just because deck building, it's really fun. So yeah, and let's go over that, because I have a lot of cards just laid out on the floor right here. So keep in mind that this deck layout, it's not meant to be super competitive or anything, because really all I do is just play with Matt. But yeah, I don't really even know how well this deck goes together with all these new things that I added in and all the stuff I took out. But yeah, so let's just quickly go over, then I'll just go over the extra deck. For big boys, we got Cyberse Magician here, Degrade Buster for some late game stuff, I guess. A Cyberse White Hat, mainly for its special summoning effect, and also it lowers opponent's monster's attack by 1,000 when it's used for a link summon. Clock Wyvern, because I need it for fusion, and also its effect for summoning a token can come in handy. ROM Cloudia can be really good late game, because I can just special summon Cyberse monsters in my graveyard willy-nilly. ROM Cloudia, good for its effects. Lady Debug, good for the special summon, or not really for the special summon, but good for its effect to add level 3 cards into my deck, or level 3 or lower, such as Backup Secretary. Balancer Lord, because of its effect to get the extra normal summon, and its banishing effect can come in handy. Cyberse Gadget, getting the token whenever I use, or whenever it gets into the graveyard can come in handy, and also just special summoning a level 2 or lower Cyberse monster. That can come in handy as well. Widget Kid for the extra summons. 2 Backup Secretaries, just because that's a really handy card. This is one of the newer additions, Catche Eve L2. For extra special summons, and the level manipulation can come in handy for ritual stuff. Not really for ritual stuff, but more for synchro support. Stack Reviver, because that effect can come in handy as well. Link Infra Flyer, just the extra special summoning. Prompthorn, I'm only running one this time just because I could only find room to include one here, but its effect can come in handy because I get all those extra special summons, which I can use for rituals or synchros. Cyberse Synchron, that's another one of the new additions because I need it for synchro summoning. And also, its effect can make it really easy to get out Quantum, like, really fast. Cyberse Quantum Dragon. Dotscaper, it can just easily come back when it's sent to the graveyard or when it's banished, and my deck does that pretty well, I guess. Protron and Bitron for Prompthorn, that's pretty self-explanatory. Onwards to spells. Cynet Backdoor, just because that comes in handy a lot. Cynet Fusion for the Clock Dragon. And then there's Cynet Ritual for the Magician up there. Both really handy. Forbidden Lance, just for the attack lowering, and the immunity to other cards makes it... like, it can come in handy sometimes. Gold Sarcophagus. That helps out a lot with Dotscaper and for Balancer Lord. So there's that. So whenever I draw that, I can easily make use of those effects. Monster Reborn for the quick special summon. Mystical Space Typhoon, just because that I feel like it is a good card to have in any kind of deck. One-time passcode just for the free token. United We Stand because I do a lot of special summoning in my field. I feel like it can get a lot of monsters like on the field really easily, so United We Stand, definitely a handy card to have. Onto the trap lineup, we got Bottomless Trap Hole, just because that's just an easy way to get rid of something. Compulsory Evacuation Device, also an easy way to impede what the opponent does. Cyberse Beacon for getting another card into my hand. Fiendish Chain, just to negate attacks and effects from the opponent. Packet Link for the special summon, just because I do have quite a lot of level 2 and level 1 monsters to make use of that effect. Recoded Alive for getting out Code Talkers really fast. Storming Mirror Force, because I think that's better than regular Mirror Force in my opinion, though I do also have that, which might come in handy. And then Torrential Tribute as a field clear. So yeah, now let's get onto the extra deck. And this here is the extra deck. So let's go over these quickly. This here, Cyberse Quantum Dragon, pretty handy. Gets it has link protection, of course. Same with Cyberse Clock Dragon there, and I can just return something to the opponent's hand. Cyberse Clock Dragon, mainly going to be my big attacker, just because it can increase its attack really, really high up. So that's also going to be like these two, probably going to be like some of the main focus. Mainly going to try to get out Cyberse Clock Dragon, because if I can just get a lot of link monsters to use for its material, then it's going to be hard to stand up to that. Then I have the Code Talkers lined out here. I'm only running one of each right now, just because I need room for the other things I have in my link or extra deck. So I might mess around with this. Of course, Shooting Code isn't out yet, unfortunately. But yeah, like all of their effects are pretty handy. Like this can just increase its attack and also just negate a thing. Encode can be there to increase other monsters' attacks as well. Excode can work in tandem with Transcode, just for like the co-linking thing, because Transcode can just bring back this, and their effects like are actually beneficial towards each other. Powercode just for a really big hitter when I need it. And also the 2 link arrows there can help a lot as well. Then Trigate Wizard, just because that can come in handy as well. And then onwards to Link 2s, another new addition here. This is Update Jammer. Yeah, Update Jammer's effects can come in handy. Also has 2000 attack, which I wasn't expecting. Clock Lizard, that's basically another way to get Cyberse Clock Dragon out into the field. Like, once Cyberse Clock Dragon is in the graveyard, I can just use this to basically bring it back. Use link monsters in my graveyard as material, and also its other effect of lowering attack can come in handy. Underclock Taker might be replaced once I can get myself a Cyberse Wicked. I just don't have that right now, but yeah, Underclock Taker, that effect can come in handy as well, just lowering and increasing attacks of things. Clock Spar Toy, that's basically a way to get Cynet Fusion out. Cyberse, which is basically the Ritual equivalent of that. Also, they have the down link arrows, which I like a lot. For Link 1 monsters, I only have one, which is Link Rebo. I might replace that with Link Disciple if I can get one, but Link Rebo can come in handy as well. And then, for another Synchro monster is Cyberse Integrator. If I can get this out instead of Cyberse Quantum Dragon, I can just use this, bring back Cyberse Synchron, then use its effect, and basically just use that and this to get out Quantum really quickly, so yeah. And that's my deck. That's the, that's my February 2019 Cyberse deck. So, that's neat. Again, I'm probably going to need to do some playtesting with this, just because I haven't really tested this out yet. I did like a couple test draws, and one of them, like on turn 1, I was able to get Quantum out. But yeah, like I want to see how well this does against Matt's decks. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this vlog. So I guess I'll just end it off here. I don't really have anything else planned to do today because it's already nighttime. Also, I think it's raining out. I think that's just gonna be it. So thank y'all so much for watching, and see y'all next time for another vlog. Later.